Hey, hello everybody, class, week 6, org 4451. We have a quiz today. We're going to vote. We already voted. People who are here are going to take it at 6:30. People who are not here have to coordinate with me to take it. What else are we doing? I wanted to go over influence tactics and compliance techniques. These are going to actually show up in week 7. But for week 6, I wanted to get this information up on the board so I know where to direct your attention when you guys are preparing for the final. And you will be required to, I'm going to add in there on the final that you have to make an APA reference. In today's quiz, you're also going to be expected to make an APA reference. And I've told you exactly where. I've given you the exact article. Some of you guys already type it into something on the internet and it just automatically dumps it out. Some of you guys might have to write it by hand. However you do it, it's fine. So we'll take a few minutes to talk about these things. You guys were recording for class, so just know that if you do talk, you can, but it is going to be uploaded for class. Here. Yeah, our big talker doesn't even want to talk at all. All right, so, yeah, you see? Okay, so I'll, in case you can't see everything on the board, I'm gonna tell you what I wrote. On page 271, it talks about social media and boundaries with social media and how it impacts organizations. And so basically, you're gonna want to read what the book says and then ponder and think about the effects of what if you had a job and you weren't allowed to go on Facebook. I actually worked at a company where I would walk by and every other person had Facebook on their freaking screen, like almost all day long. And actually, you would see people in the same office, like you would just see them posting all day from work. So like you know that they're doing it. But it was okay. This was an okay thing for that company, as long as, but you know what, to be honest, if you want my professional organizational psychologist opinion, that's a lot of dead weight in the company. It's a lot of slackers and dead weight. Like I personally, in my organization, wouldn't want that. But that's okay. These guys, this company is in the 200 million a month sometimes. So they're good. Money's being thrown at them. So because money's being thrown at them, they don't pay attention to these little things. But you know what? There comes a time sometimes when money's not being thrown at you. And you know, you want to get into the habit of being more like tight on what you're doing. We talked about attention to detail. Yeah, and disbursements was a topic for another class, but I'll bring it to you. I thought I brought it to you guys too in class when I said one of the things you want to stay on top of is your accounting. Where are your subscriptions? What are you paying? Are you paying monthly to all these different subscriptions? Because you know the iPhone has you now 99 cents. They're like, oh, just sign up for 99 cents a month, and then.
Because we were talking about Netflix, and James like, oh yeah, they just raised the price.
Well, at least you noticed. Yeah. Okay. All right. So. Social media and communications. Also, a topic of communications is nonverbal communications. So that is how I'm talking to you with my body. I encourage you to read the book, page 405, but there is some really awesome stuff on YouTube that talks about talking like this versus talking like this. Like if I'm talking like this, it's a power, like I am certain of what I'm saying. Like this, I'm being open. I really am not. You know, and I usually talk a lot like this, and I stay in this realm. But if you see people talking like this, you have to watch the extra videos, find them on your own. If you can't find them on your own on YouTube, I'll look up the good ones that I found. But it talks about how you're looking at people in the eye. Like if you guys see me space out in videos. And you analyze, I'm spacing out because I'm actually trying to locate data in my brain. And if I was looking in a different direction, I'm trying to make stuff up. So there's ways that you can tell if somebody's lying to you, like, or if they're trying to access their creative part of their brain to give you a fact, that means they're probably lying versus accessing, you know, this side. Yeah. Did you guys know, who knew this stuff already? Who knew this already? Yeah. Kind of? Okay. So I guess if you have a mentor or somebody that you like on the internet, like even a sports person, look at their interviews and how is their body language and how are they talking. Like, some of the athletes this is probably like, the athletes who are certain they might sit like this, but most of the athletes have they sit like this, don't they, when they're doing interviews and stuff? This is also it's a power thing. You take up more space. You sit like that in your chair. You're like, what? Yeah, it's all body language. So that's page 405, the book. But in the final, I might just write that I want you to cite another reference, like watch a video and then put it in APA style that you watch this video about nonverbal communications. Because this is really, it's great stuff because you want to check yourself too. If you're in an interview, you can't be like this in an interview.
No, you sit up straight and proper.
Do you want to be like that in an interview? No. So you also, if you are in a meeting or interview, you want to know, because sometimes when you put your body in a position, it can put your mind in that mode. You know what I'm saying? So like you could do this and breathe to just stay calm and confident through the meeting or interview. This is gold that I'm giving you guys. Okay. Yeah, it is. Huh? It's what?
Gold's really expensive.
This is very valuable. This is what I'm saying. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So we covered page 271, 405, and then page 301, types of work teams. It's in the book. Do you guys want me to give you the list? It's actually not 301. It's actually page 302. Like, I mentioned it in the video for the study of the quiz, but well, if this question is on the quiz, it's probably not on the final, and I might be redundancy, but if it's not on the quiz, this is the types of work teams I'm looking for: advice, production, project, action. So a team comes together to give advice, a team comes together to do production, a team comes together for the purpose of a project or an action. Page 302, actually. Okay. And then 439, 5 bases of power. And all these are going to kind of intermingle together. Influence tactics, coercive techniques, compliance techniques. I've uploaded videos for week 7 too, and other resources in week 7 for you guys. And then the 5 bases: the reward power, coercive power, legitimate power, expert power, referent power. Those are listed in the book. That's what I'm looking for the final. And what I want to talk about in this video today is the fun stuff: influence tactics and compliance techniques. And whoever wants to do some role playing, we can do that. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay.
Maybe.
So on to the fun stuff, which is the meat right here, because I covered all the other page numbers on the board, right? Okay. So rational persuasion, reason, logic, facts. How does that work for us? What gets me thinking in this is, we know to eat healthy, right? But do we?
No.
So it takes something to the next level. I can actually tell you guys, I learned this recently, that there's these microbes in our stomach that they're not human, and they're microbes, and sometimes they tell your brain what to eat. Because if you get into the few habits of not eating good things, let's say the bad microbes start to make you crave the bad foods. But if you start giving the good microbes the good foods, it could start to affect your brain. So this scientist, this medical doctor, said, you have microbes that are controlling your brain. So sometimes, even though we know we shouldn't be eating this greasy food or whatever, and we still do it because our brain is being controlled by these microbes. So this doctor just said it's not our fault. And I'm like, okay, it's not our aliens, which microbes in our stomach, it's there. You do or you don't?
I don't.
I don't know. I just started raw vegan. I'm on day 5. It's like, I don't know. I looked at Carl's Jr., I looked at In-N-Out, I just keep, I was just like,
you're hungry, that's why.
I was like, ugh. Well, I'm fighting it. Because once you know this information, when you know that there's microbes in your stomach that are trying to tell your brain, and you know that they're doing that, then you could be like, oh, I'm looking at In-N-Out, like, and I was like, I'm looking at In-N-Out because of the bad microbes, so I'm just gonna not do it.
Okay, but does he have any like scientific facts to back this up? Like, has it been proven that there's microbes and stuff? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So we drifted enough on that. We'll go.
I just want to know. Like, that's kinda weird.
Inspirational Appeals. He did. He was a medical cardiologist for like 30 plus years, and then for himself to lose weight, he started researching it, and that's why he came across how he came across all this stuff. Inspirational Appeals appeal to someone's emotions, ideals, values. So you're trying to get somebody to do something. This is what I do in class with you guys. Bless you. I try to get to know you guys so that I can put content out there that you might be interested in, like you might be able to relate to, like a video that, I don't know, you might like. That might be something.
Like a baseball game could be pulled up right now?
Not happening. Consultation.
That's right, guys. That's right.
I'll bring a Navy reference further down. I have one. It's a good one. Consultation, collaborate with others in decision-making, planning, and changes. So this is where, so as far as consultation, think back to the past half hour or hour we've been in class. Where did I exhibit consultation?
Collaborate with others? Oh, when you're trying to...
Did I give you guys a vote?
You're giving us an option.
Did I not say you guys have a vote, like you can vote?
You did. You did.
I did?
You did.
Okay.
Agreed.
And then not everybody saw the study video. There is a study video for the quiz. So study for the quiz, it's on. Everybody here watched it. So everybody else. What?
I was just seeing the collaborate, and I was like, stop.
Consultation, right? And then that's like democratic a little bit. But also, basically in organizations and in your life, when things change or when you're going to change something in your life, so like anything, it works with kids, with family, with anybody. You want to you ask people about it so that they're on board with what you want to change, because you can get people mad at you. So this works for planning and changes, decision-making, planning changes. So even if you don't, I don't care if you guys vote for us to take the quiz at 7 or at 5 or at 6. Maybe you guys wanted to take the quiz at 6. I was probably still not gonna let it happen.
Yeah, you had your own made up.
I did, but I kind of threw that in there.
It's the fact that you're essentially telling us, yeah, you guys have a vote, when we really don't have a vote. And that's exactly what it was. That's why I was like, whatever you say.
And look at my body language now.
You're just like, oh, okay.
It's like, I ain't hearing it.
I know.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you guys need more time, if or you fail, it's on video and it's recorded, it'll be my bad to reset your times or whatever. I'll do it. Integration, getting someone in a good mood before you request something.
Oh, you gotta do that with your significant other every day. Babe, I'm really hungry.
No, babe, no, it works like this. Babe, you look really nice today.
I love you so much. You look really nice.
Are you losing weight?
Yeah. I'm with you there.
Did you do something new with your hair? So that's, or you could be helpful. Be like, oh, let me help you wash the dishes. Can you cook dinner? Something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Personal appeals. So you refer to the friendship and loyalty when you're making a request. This I actually do a lot when I'm on the phone with customer service for anybody, any company. I'm like, I've been a customer since . If I'm talking to AT&T or Cox or whatever, I'll be like personal appeals. So I'm talking to the rep on the phone who I want to get a refund or a credit, and I'm always bringing, that's what I bring. That's the game I bring for that.
You have to. It works.
And you could do it with your friends too, but basically I think this is meant for customer service. Because it's not really personal, because you're not even you're telling them it's nothing personal on you, but it's the company, right? But then you're making it seem like you had such a relationship with the company so that they feel like, get it? Okay. Exchange. This is the express implied, so like you're going to trade for a favor. Exchange, express or implied promises. So I'll tell you a story if you want. We have a few more minutes. This guy calls me up. He's like, watch these videos and give me feedback about this training. I go, it sounds like you want a consultant and you want me to do consulting work for you. And because I'm just fed up with doing free work, to be honest with you. So I said to him, what do you want me to do? Like, if I watch these videos, he goes, so he hasn't actually replied back to me. I gave him feedback about the videos, which is the same feedback I gave him over a year ago about the same subject matter. He's still trying to pull me in, but it's going to cost money if he wants to pull me in. Basically, I was like, if you want this, and he does all these things on me. I could see it though. I already know. Coalition tactics. Getting others' support in an effort to persuade. And this is where the coalition of the directors, when I was talking in my other video, they were like, well, we agreed to remove these data points. Yeah, but science doesn't agree with you. The right of math doesn't agree with you. Like, just because you guys agree doesn't mean I'm still lying, right? So, but then sometimes it's okay because then it's their head on the line. But then you feel bad too because it's also like, when do you say no to a manager? Like, if it's something that's you don't feel comfortable doing, don't do it. Stand up for yourself, right? Do you think? I think all of us here are pretty strong, like personality-wise, to kind of be able to behave in that manner. Yeah?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, you think so? And I'm making you aware of these things, that they exist. So it's okay to be like, whoa, wait a second. And in your quiz today, when you guys are going to write about sunk costs, it's like, oh, but I've had this job for like 5 years. I don't want to quit. That's also it's the answer. That's also a way of just staying somewhere where just because it's sunk cost, it's a cognitive bias, and it's escalation of commitment. It's like you staying, like also people staying in relationships when they're bad, and I've already been with this person for so long, or I've already worked at this company for so long, so I'm just going to stay there. Yeah, no. You guys are aware that this stuff happens and that our brains do this to us, so that you could be like, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing for myself. Carry on. Pressure, demanding compliance. Pressure. So this is, we don't need this as much because there's enough there's enough information on, there's enough coercive commerce, and the coercive commerce is what uses the compliance techniques to like a way that's super magnified to where all of us are buying all these things. I don't know if you've noticed, society or America, do we buy a lot of things compared to people? Does anybody know people in other countries? You know people in other countries. You know people in other countries. You know people. Do people in other countries? Are they like Americans? Have you noticed the difference, like how we are here in America?
Wait, what?
But like how Americans buy. Like, first of all, Americans will have all the latest, newest iPhone, iPhones out. In other countries, it's not as common, right?
I mean, in some.
I just think that we're spearheading. We're at the forefront of being such consumers and just overbuying and over.
We're number one in that.
Yeah. Okay, and then legitimating tactics. I don't know if you could see it on the screen, but it's number 9. It's also on page 433. Legitimating tactics, basing on one's authority or right, organizational policies, express or implied. So, and these directors were trying to legitimize their authority as directors to try to get us statisticians to do what was wrong. So we were like, no, not having it. Bye. And organizational policies, though, so basing their authority, but they weren't going, organizational policies actually say don't freaking lie. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So anyway, I think we got most of what I wanted to covered. Who wants to do a role play of one? Just for fun. Try something. Try something on me. Try to influence me. Try to influence me for something and use one of these. Oh, I didn't give you guys the example. Getting the support of others' effort to persuade. This was somebody in the Navy. Him and this other guy got together to talk each other up. So one guy would talk good to all the superiors about the other guy, and the other guy would talk good to the superiors about the other guy. You guys can do that too, but you're brothers. But these guys, it kind of works if you have like maybe, because this actually works. And did you hear that story in the Navy or no? Is it a familiar story?
It happens a lot.
That's what they do?
Because you get an evaluation, and then you can get like a must promote, a promote, or you get an early promote. And if you get an early promote, like you're more likely to, it's more, when you take an exam, your advancement exam, you get more points, and then you're more likely to be promoted to the next rank. So that's what you do. You talk each other up and try to get higher promotion,
Okay.
So.
You could do that anywhere, by the way, right? Anywhere. Yeah. So. All right, so pick one of these. Give me something. Okay, you guys, do you think you know me well enough to get me to do an inspirational appeal? Huh?
Do the inspirational appeal.
Okay. It appeal to my emotions, ideals, or values.
Well, I don't know your ideals and values.
You don't know me well enough, huh? How do you not know me well enough?
I've only known you for like 6 weeks.
Okay, so let's do a different one.
6 days.
Okay, how about integration then? Getting someone in a good mood. That's an easy one. Oh, pick either 2, 4.
Your videos are amazing.
I give a negative.
Your videos are great and they cover very good material.
And then what do you want me to do?
Smile and be happy. I don't know.
What is it, David?
Oh, nothing.
You want to try it? Because you also have to try to get me to do something for you.
Oh yeah, that's the back end of that.
Jenny came in. She's like, "Oh yeah, you better look at my grades and stuff." Also, people on the video who are not here in class. I think it's just Frankie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Check your grades week by week. Make sure you got points wherever you earned points. And also an update, I'm still working on grading your case study. So, but everything else before that, please double check and make sure you got points if you earned them. And it's like getting your post in by Friday and responses by Sunday. Okay. All right. Come on, somebody try one. You started off right, but then what do you want me to do? Hurry up and end your video so we can take the test.
No.
The quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
We'd have like 6 more minutes on camera. Somebody's got to practice one.
Hold on. So what happened to your, keeping your videos to 2.5 minutes or 2 to 7 minutes?
I don't know what happened to it. I just figured I'd get the information on there for you guys to have a document of what you need to know. I know, but it just can't. You guys didn't even watch my 2-minute video. Who watched it? You guys watched it right here. Who did you watch it? Huh?
You can write in the WordPad so we can just look at the answers.
No, we ain't doing that. We like to talk videos. I have to make videos.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the transcript.
Of the video?
Yeah.
It works? You can get a transcript?
Yeah, you could. On YouTube, on any video.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I can show you.
All right. Well, how about you guys try to, how do you guys usually give, if you want, do you want to give an example of how you ask each other to do stuff for each other, or you just do it?
Yeah, hit Control F.
Okay. Jenny, do you want to try one of these?
You could say, Dr. Papadopoulos, your videos are really great and cover excellent material. would you mind looking over my resume?
Okay, that's excellent. That is super. You know what? Because that is a great one. So,
I say that because it's.
but when he already asked me to help him proofread his resume already earlier, but he already sweet talked me before. So he already did it without knowing. He already did whatever he did.
Because I was like, you were the first person that came to my mind,
He's sweet.
Yeah, I did. I didn't realize that.
Yep, he sweet talked me out of. See, now you know what you're doing, right?
Not even knowing I was doing it.
Okay.
What? No, I just asked for proofread my resume.
After he buttered me up, which he did. He was talking and then like that. Okay,
And
so.
she even forgot what she was writing on the board. She sat down and paid attention.
Well, that's like.
This is gonna work. I knew it was gonna work.
Well, I wanted to give you the courtesy of being, when you're in person with people, I want to give the courtesy. So that's why I'm going to give you guys priority and shut off the camera now and get these people who are here get to take their quiz.
4 minutes.
Do you want me to, do you guys want to try and, that was a good example. It was a great example. I don't know.
Someone else has got to do them before.
You asked me to review your paper last week, right? Did you butter me up for that?
No.
Or you didn't you? Or the week before, the first case study? You just asked me. But he also keeps me on my toes, so I'll.
Yeah, because he's really witty and I know, yeah, I got you, David.
And Jenny asked me to check her scores. And is there anything else that you can think of a fun example?
Doing anything beforehand, just hey, look at my stuff. I should have this grade.
That's it. You look great. Can you look at my scores?
Did you though? Did you tell me I look great? Okay.
No,
You
she
look great.
didn't.
Oh, thanks.
Nice glasses. Nice to look at my school.
Now that
What?
is to straighten your hair. So you look good.
It was somebody else's choice. I was just do whatever. So. Okay.
You know what? That does look good on you.
Thank you.
I never would have. I would have never realized that. I just thought your hair was like that. And I'm like, hold on. You do have curly hair.
Men do have an eye. You never see it.
Yeah. Oh, she was like, hold on now. Right?
She always have curly hair every
Oh,
single
shit, it's
time.
not the same. Now I feel like. I'm sorry.
It's all good. My daughter's like, you don't even look like yourself. She goes, your body looks like you, but your head doesn't. I was like, okay.
She's 4?
She's 4.
Oh my goodness.
I had to look back and forth because I was like,
You got a
she's
handful?
got the same haircut.
No, she always has curly hair.
I got a little trim, and I told the girl to do whatever she wanted and she wanted to straighten it just to see if she cut it right. I was like, okay. As long as you don't put gunk in my hair.
Scary to you though that she wants to straighten it just to make sure she cut it right? What if she cut it wrong?
I'm not that picky, so
It's hard to cut it
Can we
right
reference
straight if you
another
have that
website?
curly hair.
yes.
Are you gonna pour?
I can't imagine.
But cite it properly. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be
And also reference peer-reviewed stuff. Okay. Are we almost ready to go? Do you want to try one? Ozzy, you going to try any of these with your daughter? Actually, with kids, I think exchange works sometimes with my daughter. I'll give you candy if you do that. But I try to do consultation with the 4-year-old. I try to include her in the decision making and planning. It's sometimes not a good idea, but I try.
No, it's
Just-
not a good idea with kids. 'Cause you'll be like,
Yeah,
"You
we're
want
gonna
this
buy
or
a new
this?"
vehicle. What do you
And
think?
then they'll say this, and then you say, you'll say, do you want cookies or cake? And then they'll say cake, and then do you want cake or cookies? And they'll be like, cookies. What do you want?
I just give them what they say first and then go away. But then usually she'll come back and she'll say, can I have the cookies or the chocolate?
She says both. Do you just give her both?
You just give her half.
I think I actually did that today.
Because I know, I would do that when I was a kid.
We
My mom would
exchanged
ask me
where I
one or
went
the
to
other,
drop
and I
my
was like,
baby
"Both."
off. You know, she wanted
She's like,
to.
no, pick.
She was
So
crying. She
my mom
wanted
like,
to
so done?
come with me. I said, no,
like,
you
so
can't
done?
come with me. I have to give you some chocolate. Then you have to stay with the uncle for the when I come back. She said, really? I said, okay, when I'm coming back, I'm going to get you some fries. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Be a good girl. And I'm going to drop you off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was in here last week. It was so adorable. Okay. All right. Happy today, happy every day. Woo woo.
I wouldn't eat rice.
Signing off.
My mom's like, all right, go to bed. I'm like, no.
I also learned how to put the video camera like this.
No.